today, this section, we are going to be talking about the health of our minds. So please, can you turn to a sister at your side and say, we are talking about the health of our minds. Correct. Thank you so much. So please, I would love for us to pay rapt attention, okay? I have just little time, and I'll try as much as possible to make good use of this time. Before I proceed, I would love to ask us a question. How many of us women seated here have ever felt overwhelmed, but you said you are fine? Like, how many of us here, you've ever felt overwhelmed, and someone will ask you, how are you doing? And you said you are fine, but you know that inside you're not fine. Exactly. I don't know, but I've been in that position. The next question is, how many of us pray but still feel anxious? See, we can lie to you can lie to someone else, but you cannot lie to yourself. If you've ever prayed but still felt anxious, can you raise up your hand, please? I've been there. And how many of us love God deeply, but sometimes we feel emotionally tired? Sometimes you feel like, okay, are you sure I should still continue with God? Now, does it make you a child of the devil? No. Does it mean that you are no longer a child of God? No. It only means that God has created each and every one of us as a spirit, soul, and body. And we can see this in the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:23. Oftentimes, we talk about our spiritual growth. We talk about how we want to grow spiritually, how we want to improve in our walk with God, in our prayer life, in our word study life. We pray about physical things, but we neglect the soul. We don't talk about the soul. And when I say the soul, it means your will, your mind, and your emotions. So today, I'm going to be speaking to us on mental health. Say mental health. Mental health. I'm going to ask a question, but some persons may not be honest. If you've ever had anxiety issue, can you raise up your hand? Thank you, sisters, for being honest. Thank you very much. Now, the truth is, believers think that mental health is a worldly concept, but the truth is, mental health in reality is a kingdom matter. Because when we are speaking about mental health, we are speaking about the health of the soul. When we speak about mental health, we're speaking about the health of the mind, the health of the will, the health of the emotions. The health of the emotions. My next question is, have you ever noticed that when your emotions are wounded, the decisions you make become distorted? Okay. Have you also noticed that when your thoughts are dark, bright days, they feel dim? Have you ever noticed that? Have you also noticed that when your mind is troubled, life becomes heavy? When your mind is troubled, for instance, you need money for something and the money is not coming forth, life would naturally become heavy to you. And you begin to question some certain things. You even go as far as asking God some questions, right? Meaning that a healthy mind is not the absence of challenges. A healthy mind is not the absence of chaos. A healthy mind is not the absence of unpleasant situations. A healthy mind is the presence of stability in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of that challenge, in the midst of that situation, in the midst of what's going on around you, in your family. How stable is your mind? That is a healthy mind. So I want to ask, what is mental health? Can a sister please try? What do you think, or what do you understand as mental health? Someone should just answer from the floor, please. What is mental health? Where is Auntie Goodness? Goodness, what is mental health?
Everything that's both emotionally, okay, everything that affects your mind emotionally, what else in emotions, stress, yes, all those things are still part of mental health. Yes, then before you now go into psychosis, so it has to do with the state of the well-being of your mind, your mind, your intellectual, your whole being, it's together. You're not just physically okay by health body wise, but your mind is also coordinated and collected.
Thank you very much. Please clap for her. Meaning that mental health is the condition of your thoughts. Mental health is the condition of your emotions and your inner stability. It is your mental health that determines how you relate with others. It is your mental